This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to the class. Can you all see the screen and hear me?
Yes, Preeti.
So let us begin. Yesterday we were talking about this Git architecture, right? The architecture of Git, wherein we were talking about the working directory, staging area, local repository, and so on, right? So now let's proceed and talk about the other details. Like we have started with the hands-on, right? We have created a local repository. We have a bunch of files, right? Let us proceed with the other Git actions. Yeah. So let's navigate to our directory, our local repository, right? ls. So these are the files. Let's check the status of the changes happening there. So git status, all the changes were in this, right? Just give me a second. See, I have added everyone to the group. So you can use the same link to join. Please use the same link to join. Any confusions in joining the webinar? Just 1 second, please. If anyone needs any help, you could be also helping them in the WhatsApp group for the link and all. You can use the same link to join. Okay, let's move ahead. Yeah. So we have made some changes. So let's suppose now I want to work with some other file. You could go and create this way. Here. So now let us do one thing. Till now we are creating the files from the user interface, or we are creating from the command line, right? So now let us also use another editor like VS Code editor to better edit the files. Right, this is another editor which will help you working with any other configuration files like YAML files or HCL for Terraform and so on. So just let's go to Google and type in Visual Studio Code Editor. VS Code Editor. It's called Visual Studio Code Editor. Okay, you may just download this from here. You have a download button, right? You can just download from here. Download for Windows, right? Once you download it, okay, you have I have placed it here. Once you download, just open the folder and just launch the application. That's all you have to do. Right, I have already launched this. It is as simple as that. You just download and launch it. Here is the Visual Studio Code Editor. See, companies are also looking for hands-on on these editors, because that is really helpful in the actual projects. When you are modifying a bunch of files, this is how you do. So launch your Visual Studio Code Editor. This is where you could edit any files, maybe programming files, configuration files, or anything. So here, launch a repository. Go to File menu. You will see a new fresh UI when you launch it for the first time. You can just go to File, open our repository. File menu, open the folder. Here you have the repository, which is my repo. Okay, this is where you can edit your files. Like you have your file1.txt. Okay, you could see the content, edit this. This is a better way to edit. This is how we do in reality. So for work, I mean, start practicing using this editor also. It's just simple, just an editor. Like you have Notepad plus plus and all, but very sophisticated editor, which will help you do many advanced things. Also, within this editor, you could also launch your Git bash. Just go to terminal, new terminal. So a PowerShell terminal launches. You could also switch to your Git bash terminal because we already installed Git on our system. You could just go here. Here, the drop down, you see different command prompt or PowerShell or whatever. So just go to Git bash. Okay, here is the Git bash. Okay, Git bash is launched. You may use in the VS Code editor or you may use it separately. Now it's up to you. Okay, you can run any commands. All right. So this is just another way of modifying your files. So we have two files already. Just let me create one more file and let's recollect the things we had learned yesterday. File3.txt. Okay, here let's say a new text file created. Okay, and then yeah, a new text file created. Now if I want to check the status, what would be the status now? Also there's another advantage. You could see a symbol like U. What is meant by U? And what is the status message show us now? What will be the status message showing us now? Yes, what will be the status message showing us? When it is a new file for the first time, what will be the message? Untracked files, right? You could not track the file. It is untracked file, right? If you just want to use the same file, I mean, you just want to add the file. Untracked means, okay, where is this file now?
Working directory?
It is in the working directory, right? You could always relate to this architectural diagram. It was asking us to add, means it's in the working directory. So now you may use this git bash or you may use a VS Code editor terminal and do git add file 1. Sorry, it's a file 3. So now where is the file?
Staging area.
It is in the staging area. And what would be the status message telling us now? Changes to be committed means staged changes. They were staged. Staged means yes, they were in the staging area. Changes to be committed. Okay. And then so git status changes to be committed, right? So now, yeah, let us do git commit. See, after adding to staging area, it was showing like A, right? You when you keep your cursor, it shows you index added, means it was added to indexing area, staging area. Now git commit minus m, let's say third file or whatever you want. Okay, so this much we have already seen yesterday. Just a quick recap, right? Fine. Yeah, I have added something. Let me modify this file. I just want to modify this file 3. Modification also we have seen yesterday, but let's see. Let's say a new line created or added, whatever. Save it. Now tell me, is this file having unstaged changes or not? Where is the second line? Is it in the working directory or staging area or in the local repository? Where is the second file? Sorry, second line. Yes. Second line
Staging.
is mm, second line is not staged, right? Means it's in the working directory, but it will not tell you untracked file because that's not a new file. It will tell you not staged. Means it's not staged, unstaged change. It's not untracked change, it's unstaged change. Correct? Yesterday I have explained you the differences between unstaged and untracked. So that's the unstaged change. So now what you have to do? Yeah. So like any other file, you have to add and comment, or else you can do git commit. But before that, I would like to do one thing. Okay, I made some change, right? Now, where is the second line? Can you tell me? Is it in the working directory or in the staging area?
It's in the staging area.
It is in the staging area. So to see the changes, to see the unstaged changes, you have a command called git diff file name. It will show you unstaged changes. Does this file have any unstaged changes? It doesn't have any unstaged changes, right? So when you do git diff, right? Uh, git diff file name, right? It will show you any unstaged changes. Does it have any unstaged changes? Right? And to see the staged changes of the file, git diff staged flag. It will show you the staged changes of this file, right? It's not having any staged changes. It's having unstaged changes. Clear with this, everyone? Right? At this point, you may check the status. It will clearly tell you changes not staged. It's having some unstaged because I didn't add the line, right? We didn't add the changes. That this particular line is still in the working directory. We didn't add it, correct? So now what you have to do, git commit, rather than committing, just let me add it, git commit file 3. Now, yes, it is added. Is this file having any staged changes now? Does it have staged changes or not? Git diff stage. Yes, it's having the staged changes. Is this file having any unstaged changes now? Unstaged changes can be seen with git diff file. No unstaged changes. Understood, everyone? Means, see, you just add a file, add a line to the file. Okay, and you don't run git add command. Means it's in the working directory. So unstaged changes can be seen, unstaged changes can be seen with git diff file name. Later on, I have added it. So it's having staged changes. Okay, one last time, one final time, I would like to show you some changes to be committed. Means changes to be committed means changes staged or unstaged, staged changes are present or not. Does it have the staged, changes in the staging area or not? Changes to be committed means where are the changes? Hello. Please be attentive and do respond. Yeah, it is in the staging area. So git diff stage means yes, it will show you the lines. This line is in the staging area, right? So now does the file have any unstaged changes? No, everything is in the staging area. So you don't have any unstaged changes, no output. Chitra, you have to make the full screen in your GoToMeeting. Mine is full screen only. You have to make the adjustment from your end. Okay, so now let me do one more thing. I am going to add another line. Another line added. Now tell me, okay, I'll say, where is this third line? Third line is unstaged change or staged change?
Staged change?
Third line. Did I do git add command? Did I add it?
No.
So where is the third line then? I just have written the line, that's all. Yes, Karan, it is in the unstaging area. So if you do git diff file name, yes. Yeah, you have the output, means this line, right, is in the unstaging area, in the working directory. Also, this file is having some lines in the staging area, isn't it? Second line is in the staging area. Okay. Second line is in the staging area. Do you see that? Right here, you don't see the third line. Do you notice the difference? There is no third line, only this much you have. Right? Third line is in the unstaging area. Second line is in the staging area, right? Means, so now if you see status at this point, at this scenario, if you see the status, see the same file 3 changes to be committed, means where is that file 3? As per this message, where is the file 3?
Staging,
Staging area.
staging
And
area.
as per this message, where is the file 3? As per the second message, where is this file?
It's in the working directory.
Working directory means at the same time, both the files are shown in the staging area and unstaging area, isn't it? See, as per this message, they were in the working directory. As per this message, they were in the staging area. So don't confuse when the same file name is shown both under working directory and staging area. Don't get confused. This could be the simple logic. What could be the logic? Initially, there was a file, okay, added a line. This marker is not found. And the marker is, let me check it. So what I'm saying is like added a new line. Okay, added a new line. After adding this line, if you did not run git add command, okay, then it is in the working directory. Correct? Yes. Then what we did, added this line. Okay, then I did git add. So it goes into the staging area. Then what I did after this, I have added another line. Means in the code, I have added another line. Then I did not do git add. So this new line is in the working directory. The previous line is in the staging area. Means the same file will be shown both under staging area and non-staging area. Got the point, all of you?
Yes,
Understood the logic? Any confusions here? So this might be again another interview question like when could be the file both in staging area and unstaging area? Any use case as such? So this is simple. What the scenario everyone? Should I repeat? Understood everyone?
yes,
Right. So now if you see this is the file you have. Okay. You have to add and commit. Actually I did created some file by mistake. Let me just delete it. Okay. So now just check the status. Yes. Now what you have to do, I want to add and commit both of them. Git commit -a -m new file added. Right? Understood everyone? So that could be the simple logic of managing the files. Clear everyone? So that's a simple use case of like how you could manage your file. Now till now, like we have created the files, we have modified the files, right? We have seen, we have created the new files, modified the existing files and so on. Let us look into one more aspect here. Let us look into something like deleting the files, right? Suppose I just don't want, okay, I have created some files, but later realized I don't want this file 3. Git rm file3.txt. Okay, git rm command will delete the file, okay, from the repository and also from the working directory. Let me show you. Okay, see the file is gone. You could see the file is gone. Okay, at this point, if you do status, see changes to be committed. Like I'm saying from the beginning, Git works with respect to the changes. Means changes meaning you may have to add the changes, right? Like your change could be deleting a file, your change could be creating a new file, your change could be modifications, anything your change can be, right? So git rm will help you delete the file. So because it's a change, just commit the change. minus m, let's say deleted file from local repository. Done. Okay, so now if you do the status, okay, so it says on branch master, okay, and it says nothing to commit, right? This is one way of deleting the file. Let us look into other ways as well. Shall we proceed with the other method? Now I have two files. I'm going to delete one more file, but this time with the git rm cached. Okay, and the file name, let's say file2.txt. Okay, what is this git rm cached file2.txt? Okay, I just want to delete this file, git rm cached, right? So git rm cache the file name. So when you delete this file, or else like when you use this command, yes, the file will be deleted only from the local repository, but not from the working directory. What is the use? Why you should go for this? The reason for this is git rm cache means this file will be deleted from the local, but still you have it in a working directory. Because let's take a simple example. Maybe this file too is some documentation for my project. Okay, by mistake I have kept in local repository. I don't want to version control any documentation, right? My project documentation. So I don't want to lose it. I want to keep it in the working directory. So in that case, you can do git rm cache. See here, file is still there in the directory. Do you see that? File is not gone. See, I could still see the file, but file 3 is no more. File 3 is gone, right? But it will be removed from the local repository. Means if you do git ls files, see, only file 1 is there. File 2 is not listed. Means it is deleted only from the local repository. And at this point, when you see the status, like git status, sorry, the command had typo. When you see the status, yes, it says changes to be committed and untracked file, right? So what you can do here, I just want to commit the change, git commit minus m, deleted from local repository, sorry, deleted from yeah, only local repository, not from working directory. Okay, some message done. And now if you see the status, see, what is this message? Why are we seeing this message like untracked file, file 2, untracked? Why are we getting this message? Yes, anyone? Just think about it. Why are we seeing this message for file 2? When do we see this kind of message? Have we seen this message earlier?
Yeah, it's in working directory now.
Yeah, it is in the working directory. Means it's like a new file, isn't it? Am I correct? It's again like a new file, like for the first time when we created like how it was showing untracked file, the same way, because yeah, it is again like a new file. We deleted from staging area, we deleted from local repository, so it was just like a new file. And Git will be tracking any files in this folder myrepo, because myrepo is a local repository. We have initialized Git here. We have initialized Git means Git will be keep on tracking whatever files in there. So it will be asking us always to add and commit. Correct? Right? It will be keep on bothering us to add and commit this file because it's in the myrepo folder. MyRepo folder is a Git local repository. We have initialized Git there. So it will keep on bothering us. But let us take a scenario. Yeah, this is like I said, a project documentation. I just want to keep it, but I don't want to like I don't want Git to track it. I don't want Git to bother about it. But Git will be always tracking any files present in this folder. I want Git not to track only this particular file in this folder. Is it possible? Yeah. How can we tell Git, don't version control this file. Please don't bother about this file. How can we tell Git? This is another interesting concept in Git. Okay, we could tell Git not to version control certain files through some concept called git ignore. Okay, there is something called git ignore. So how to do that? Create a file called .git ignore. Okay, create a file called .git ignore. Okay, so here put the file names whichever you don't want to version control. Like I don't want git to version control file2.txt. Now Git will not bother about this file2. Do you see it was already grayed out? It will not bother about it now. Similarly, like where is this concept used in reality? In real time, when do you use it, right? For example, take a Devops project. We'll be having, for example, Terraform files or Ansible files. There might be some files where there'll be some sensitive data like credentials and all. We don't want to put them on GitHub and version control them, right? I don't want to share it with others. So I don't want Git to track it. In that case, you may use this way. Or else there might be some executable files in your project which need not be version controlled. There might be some log files. So I want Git to ignore all the log files. So star.log. You may use some wild characters. So now any files with extension .log will not be version controlled. So particularly for Terraform projects or any of our Ansible and all, any sensitive files like files with sensitive data could be ignored this way, or else any logs, any executables, any documentation. If you don't want Git to track, this is what you can do. Making sense of everyone? Clear? Interesting, isn't it? So see, now if you see the status, it should not be version controlling anything, right? See, it's no more showing about file2. Am I correct? It was no more bothered about file2. It totally ignored it. But yeah, .git ignore is also a file. After all, it's another file. So you should add this file. Git add like any other file because it is also a file. So git commit -m. Let's say ignore file created. Some message like this. That's all. Now everything is clean and cool. Yep, good. So this is about the get ignored concept, a very interesting concept, and definitely we'll be using it for all our projects. See, the concepts are same in reality also. Only the thing is files will be different. There here some dummy files. If you are a developer, those might be some programming files, or with if you are a DevOps person, there might be some Terraform config files, Ansible files, and so on. Only the file is the difference. Concepts are same, use cases are same. Anyway, we'll do that also. Once we start our Terraform project, we'll use Git to ignore those files as well. Okay. And there is a question from Karan. How will tell Git to ignore any directory? If any directories are present here, okay, you could also put the directory name. Even those directories and the contents of the directories will also be ignored recursively. I'll show you, okay, we'll implement that in Terraform. If you want, let me just quickly show you an example of it. Let me launch another Visual Studio Code window where we have a Terraform project. Okay, just as a reference, I'll show you. Anyway, we will learn that so that you get an idea. Okay, this is the Terraform project we'll be creating as we progress. Okay, these are the Terraform files we are going to write. Okay, so here do you see git ignore? And I have ignored a directory called Terraform. Terraform is a directory, this directory. Okay, so put the directory /star means any contents inside the directory will also be ignored recursively. And I have ignored the state file. State file will have sensitive data. Terraform state backup file, it will also have sensitive data. So instead of writing complete name star.tf, any files with extension tf state were ignored. This is your git ignore file in reality. Got it now? Everyone? Meghana, Prakash, there were some new students today, I believe. Right. So yeah, these all should be version controlled, and yeah, git ignore can be used this way. Like I said, only the files differ. The concepts are same. Once we learn git how to version control, we'll implement to our real projects. Okay, yeah. So we have done like we have seen like diff commands, and we have seen ignore like ignoring certain files from getting version controlled. And at this point, let us do the status. Yes, everything is clean. File 2 is still there in my working directory, but it's not being version controlled by Git, which is good. And by now, we might have done a bunch of commits, isn't it? We have done so many commits by now from the beginning, from yesterday. If you want to see the commit history, you could do git log. See, so many commit IDs you can see with this git log. This is one commit ID, second commit ID, and so on, right? So yeah, okay. And I would like to see the simple log, git log one line. For every commit, we have those commit IDs generated. So some bunch of commits were ready. Now, what if I want to undo a particular commit? I want to undo means, okay, I have done something. I just want to undo. I don't want it. What is meant by undo? What is the dictionary meaning of undo? Some problem with my marker, I would use the same editor, same command prompt to do. What is the meaning of undo? What is the dictionary meaning of undo? What is meant by undo?
Rollback or something.
Hmm? Undo means reversing the things, isn't it? Am I correct? Suppose,
Yeah.
see, if you have, I should not use the command prompt for writing. It's okay. So undo means it's like reversing the things. Let's suppose you have created a file. Undo means opposite, right? The file should be deleted, correct? Or else suppose you have deleted a file. Undo means the file should be created back. Am I correct? Right? That's what is undoing the things, isn't it? Doing the reverse, doing the opposite. That's what undo. So here also, I have some bunch of commits if you see. Suppose I want to undo a particular commit. Let's take up this. See here I have created ignore file. Okay, later I realize I don't want this commit. I want to undo this commit. Undo this commit means whatever changes happened in that commit ID will be gone, will be ignored, right? So what you can do, git revert this particular, that's how you undo. Okay, give the commit ID. So what happens now? Revert also works like a commit. Means whenever you run git commit command, a new commit ID is generated, right? Same thing happens to with revert also. Whenever you do revert, a new commit ID will be generated for the changes you have made there. And whatever changes you made in this 986 and all, everything will be gone. Let me show you. See, git revert. See, like I said, it works like a commit. It will prompt for a message. Go to the insert mode, just give some message like ignore file, deleted, some message like this, and save this file. How do you save this file? You may go to escape mode, colon, WQ, exclamatory. Okay, so if you see now, see, do you see ignore file is gone and file 2 is being tracked again? See the status now. Do you see that? File 2 is getting tracked, right? Do you see that file 2 is being tracked, right? Why? Because git ignore is gone. And also whenever you do revert, okay, if you just go and check the log, yes, whenever you do revert, yes, see another commit ID is generated. Do you see that? Another commit ID is generated with that, right? Now what you can do, you can revert the revert. Means if you reverse this again, what happens? meaning I would like to git revert this particular ID. What happens then? See, git ignore will be back, isn't it? Reversing this again. So you will be back to the previous state. Git file back. Right? Go to click on escape. You'll be coming to the command mode. WQ exclamation. I'll explain this once again with this editor. Okay. So back. Do you see that? Now if you do git status, file 2 is not being version controlled again. And this revert might have generated one more ID like this. Yeah, do you see another commit ID or revert ID, whatever you call it? Yeah, got the logic, all of you. See, suppose you are at a point A. Okay, you have reversed it. You are at point B. You again reversed this B. Okay, meaning you just go back. Means again you will be at point A, correct? That's what happened here. Initially file is there. You undo. So file is deleted. Again you undo that. So file is back. Right? And you have to notice every revert will be generated with a commit ID. You could use the particular commit ID to revert the changes. Got it right, everyone? Any questions in this revert command? Revert command will be very helpful because see, suppose I have deleted some files, we have deleted some files and committed it. Later on, if you just want to get the file back kind of, you could do this revert. Means to undo the commits, to undo the changes you have done. So yeah. Now if you check the status, yes, it was all clean. Understood the concept of revert? Yeah. There is another interesting concept which is similar to revert, which is called reset. What is meant by this reset? How do you use this reset? Reset means you can undo a bunch of commits. Means let's say, okay, you have some 7 commits or 6 commits. Okay, later on I realize I don't want the top 6 commits or top 4 commits or top 2 commits. Top means the latest one will be at the top. So if you want to discard a particular successive commits, means continuous, like the successive top 4 commits or top 3 commits, that's where you can go for reset. Got it right, all of you? So if you just go here, git, okay, first let me show you the log, git log 19. See, this is the commit ID. So let's say I realize that I don't want this top 3 commit IDs. Means I don't want any successive bunch of commit IDs. Top 3 commit IDs I don't want. I don't want means I just want to discard them, wipe off them from the log history, as well as whatever changes during these commits should be gone. That's what reset does. And reset, what is the difference between reset and revert? Revert can undo any random commit, but reset can undo a successive set of commit IDs. Meaning, see here, git reset hard. Okay, I don't want first 3 commit IDs, let's say. You will write head tilde 2. What is this head? See, head is actually, this is a head. Head is actually a pointer in Git, which will always point to the latest commit. This is always the latest commit ID, the topmost commit ID, right? So head is a pointer which will be always pointing to this. So head tilde 2 means first 2 commits will be gone, then your head will be pointing to this, right? Right? Your head pointer changes. That's what is called reset. You are resetting the head. Right? Let's say now I'm resetting three topmost commit IDs. Then when you reset, what happens? These three means this should be the topmost commit ID now. You could check that, right? This one, 4, 7. This is how you do reset. So this became the topmost commit. This is one way. There is also another way to do this reset. Suppose now I just don't want these all. I just want only this one to be my topmost. Another way is git reset hard head tilde. What is the number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I may give this way, or else instead of this, I may just give whatever becomes the topmost commit ID after I do reset. You may use head tilde 5, or else the commit ID which becomes the head after reset. Got the point, everyone? Understood the point? Yes. Completely deleted means? Yes. They are completely wiped off from the log history. And the changes you did during those commits were also gone. Let me do with this now. See, head is now at this commit. If you see the log, yes. Now, whatever changes you have done during this period, they were all gone completely, permanently, right? So what is the difference between reset and revert? Revert is a safe method. If you revert something, it is gone. You could still get back by reverting this particular revert ID, isn't it? Because every revert generates a commit ID that could be reverted again. Am I making sense? See, whenever you do revert, a new commit ID is generated. So you could revert this. Correct. You could revert this commit ID. Right? You could revert this commit ID. But if you do like a reset, it will not generate a commit ID. If you have a commit ID using it, you can do revert, because if you remember revert command, git revert the commit ID, isn't it? But here that's not the case. You don't have a commit ID. You cannot reset. You cannot get it back. So changes gone are gone forever. That's why reset is a very destructive and powerful command. It's not a regular command. You cannot just use it on daily basis. Whenever you need it, you cannot just go for it. Everyday frequently used command is revert. Then when do you use reset? Like I said, see, if you are very sure you don't want the commits happened, the last 10 commits requirement totally change, you don't want the changes, also you don't want to maintain the log history for it. In that case, you may go for it, but not on regular basis. Understood? Any questions in the reset part and revert part? Any questions from anyone? Hello, am I audible? I think it got disconnected for a second. So any questions in this part? Got the differences between reset and revert? See, one thing I can tell you is a lot of hands-on is required. Once you practice it, things becomes more visible, more clear to you. So you should do some hands-on. Have you done hands-on in the 2 days, like yesterday's part? Have you completed the hands-on? Can I know how many of you have done the hands-on? The yesterday's class. Okay, Swarna have done that. How about other participants? Okay, Monica have done that. That's great. See, whoever have not done, please try to start doing hands-on. Okay, that is very important. Even though you know Get, just as a quick recap, okay, please do it so that you will be on sync with the course, with the hands-on till the end. And any questions you have, you can post it in the group. I have added everyone into the group. So please post your queries, and you can like just like you can get the help, immediate help, and continue hands-on. Okay. All right. So this is about reset hard. Actually, there are different types of resets. As a DevOps person, we don't need to go to that extent. But just let me give you a quick understanding on the types of resets. You have hard reset, like we did. Soft reset, command is same. You'll just change instead of hard, you'll put soft. The other one is mixed reset. Right, those are the three you have. And coming to hard reset, this is very destructive command. Means when you do hard reset, changes are gone completely from working directory, staging area, local repos. You don't have changes at all. Then soft reset means changes will be still there in the staging area. If you have changes in the staging area, can we get them to working local repository? How to get the changes from staging area to local repository? Can we get that? What should we do to get the changes from staging area to local repository? Commit, that's all, correct. So yeah, your changes will be there in the staging area. So you could commit and get the changes back. And in the mixed reset, if you do mixed reset, your changes will be there in the working directory, but not in the staging area and local repository, right? That's a mixed reset. Your changes will be there in the working directory. So again, how to get the changes to local repository if the changes are there in working directory? They are not completely or permanently wiped off from everywhere. They are in the working directory in mixed reset. So how to get the changes back? Add and commit. Yes, correct, Swarna. You have to add and commit. So meaning if you do soft reset or mixed reset, you can get the changes back because changes is left in the working directory or in the staging area. But hard reset means changes are removed from everywhere completely. So this is very powerful and destructive command. Actually, this reset is a bit advanced concept, and there was like a lot of confusions over this concept. There's a lot of confusion over this concept, but this kind of analysis makes the things simple and easy for understanding, right? So that's about reset. Let me just have a walkthrough of what we have discussed before we proceed to the new concept. Yeah. So let me just have a quick walkthrough. Yeah. Today we have discussed about diff commands, right? What does git diff, the file name, does? What does this command does? Please be attentive. Let's have an interactive session. We have already done a quick recap. We'll do just 5 minutes of recap so that we could recap the commands quickly. Git diff file name. What does this command does? Git diff file name will show the unstaging changes of the file. Any unstaged changes are there on this file tree. Those changes can be seen through git diff command. Okay, that's what git diff does. Then what about the git diff stage? It will show you the staged changes of the file, right? So we have learned about diff command here. Git diff file name, git diff staged file name. That will give you the changes of the files, right? That's one thing. Another thing is like, yeah, uh, yeah, git diff, and then this is the diff commands. Yeah, then we have seen deleting the files. Git rm delete the file name. That will delete the file both from working directory and the staging area, right? Git rm file name. It will delete the file both from working directory and staging area. And then comes git rm cached. Git rm cache command will delete the file only from the local repository, but not from working directory, right? Cache command can help you have a copy of the file, means have a file in the working directory. It will be deleted only from local repos. Maybe in case it's just a documentation, you just want to delete it, you can go for it. right? And the file will be being version controlled by it. So if you don't want Git to version control the file anymore, git ignore file comes in. You can create git ignore file which will ignore the files from version controlling, right? So that's how deletion and ignore works. Then we have discussed about revert command. Revert command is to undo any particular commit. Revert command will help you undo any particular commit. Means any changes happen here can be undo, can be reversed, right? It's not a redo. Some of you are asking, is it a redo? Redo means doing it again. It's not redo, it's an undo. Okay, undo means you did something, you are opposite, reversing it, right? So that is revert. And then reset command. Reset means you can undo a particular set of commits, successive 4 commits or successive 3 commit IDs. If you want to undo, that's where reset comes in. Ignore, git ignore file. Ignore is nothing but you don't want certain files to be tracked by Git. You want Git to exclude certain files from tracking. Means see, this is my local repository. Any files in this local repository will be version controlled by Git, right? Any files in this repository will be version controlled. But if you want to just keep it in the same folder, but you don't want Git to keep on tracking it, I want Git not to track it. Git should not track this file. So that's where ignore comes in. So how do you do that? You create a ignore file. You put in that file, you put the file names whichever you don't want Git to version control. I don't want Git to version control this file to. I don't want Git to track this file to anymore, because what is the use case? Maybe a file may have sensitive data, or else maybe it could be an exe file or a log file or a zip file, just some documentation kind of. You don't want Git to track them. So you could put such files in the git ignore. But again, git ignore is also another file like any other file you have. You have to add and comment that git ignore file. That is important. Got it, everyone? Is that much clear for you? Any questions from anyone? So that's what we have discussed. And again, in the reset, we have discussed about the types of resets, like a hard reset, mixed reset, soft reset. See, I have shown you hard reset, right? 1 minute. This is the hard reset, right? Similarly, instead of hard, you have to put soft and mixed. And like I said, you don't need to go to that extent, but yeah, you could yeah, you could just have a look at it. You could try from your end, like an experiment. See, whenever we are learning it, you could experiment many things. You might be having a scenario in your mind. You might be having some use case, or else you may have a question, what happens if we do this way? Just just try doing it from your end. Okay, that would be a kind of a hands-on. That would be great. So take this as an assignment or homework, whatever you call it. Like we discussed, did hard. You just do soft reset, you just do mixed reset also. And I want to see answer for this question. Okay, my question is, whenever you do hard reset and do git status, what would be the message of git status after doing hard reset? Generally, let's say previously everything is committed, so now after hard reset, what could be the status? Previous repository state is clean, now you did hard reset, so what would be the status? Status message will also show clean. Why? Because git reset will delete from everywhere, from working directory, local repository, and everywhere. So it will be clean only. Again, let's say repository is clean. Now you did soft reset. Repository is actually clean. Now you did reset. Now what would be the status message showing us after soft reset? I just told you some time back. Soft reset means your changes will be there in the staging area. Changes will be there in the staging area. So now if you do git status, what will be the message? Changes to be committed, isn't it? Because they're in the staging area means yes, changes to be committed, right? Yet to commit, yes. Changes to be committed, yes. Then if it is mixed reset, okay, initially repository is clean, now you did mixed reset, what will git status message tell us now? What will be the message of git status? Yep. Unstaged changes, correct. Unstaged changes, exactly. Unstaged changes you have to add and comment, right? So just do all these types of research as an additional effort from your end. Just try them and observe. Run git status command and observe what is happening, how it is working, right? That kind of learning will be very helpful in real time, because maybe if you have to do some new commands or anything, this is how you just can troubleshoot the things, right? So can you try doing it? All right. So that is how git reset and all works. Yeah, anyway, this is our question. Am I clear? This is what we have discussed till now. Like we have discussed about diff commands, we have discussed about ignore files, we have discussed about RM cache, and yeah, we have seen deleting the files, and we have discussed about ignore, diff commands, and then we have discussed about revert commands and reset commands. Okay, this is what we have discussed till now. So a little practice, you have to practice, watch the recording, do some hands-on. If you like, if you are completely beginner, if you are doing for the first time, do multiple times, do the hands-on n number of times. That's how you will get hands-on. Okay, and then yeah, now that we have discussed all of this, now comes the question of branching in git. Branches in git, branches in git are very important concept. That's where the strength of git lies. Of course, other version control systems also have this branching strategy, but the branching strategy of git makes it like a widely used, right? You can go with the branching strategy of git. Like you have a master branch, you see till now you are seeing something like master here, right? Or else you might have noticed whenever you do git status, it is showing like on branch master. Do you see that? What is this branch master? Why do we need branches, right? That's the actual real-time projects are maintained through this branching concept, right? It's a very important, and again the advance in the real concept of git which we use in the projects. I believe we can start from here in the next class. Okay, as you just started the hands-on, let's get thorough. First, get thorough with the things before we proceed with the advanced concepts. Right? What do you say? Shall we take up from here in the next session? Any more questions from anyone in this part? And I would like to tell you few things here. I have created a WhatsApp group. You can utilize the group in a productive way, in a progressive manner. Okay, you could post your queries there. Definitely, I would respond. And every day, please use the same link until I specify the link. Okay, definitely today link has to be changed, but I missed updating the participants, so I could not use the new link. The same old link was used today also. But tomorrow onwards, the link will be changed. You will be prompted for a password. So only the registered students can join that. So I'll share the link for tomorrow's class in the morning. Tomorrow morning, I'll share it. So, and I have given access to the drive and the YouTube videos. I'll share the link. I'll put everything in the group. Any more questions from anyone regarding Git or any other doubts, any questions? See, I'm expecting everyone to be interactive, do respond, be interactive so that we could have interesting sessions. Yes, Varna, tell me, what is the path issue? Okay, I know like your problem is, let me tell you, is this the problem? When you do copy this, okay, when you do CD here, okay, it may be working. Why C drive? Let me just go to this itself, okay, copy this address, okay, you may just CD, it will work. But if you go here, okay, and do CD this, right, is that the problem? See here, this is a terminal from Git bash, right? Path will not work this way. What you could do is see the forward slashes. You should use forward slashes here. When you copy the path, it will be backward slashes. When you are using it in the, you use the forward slash. When you are using in the Visual Studio Code Editor, just use forward slash. Is this the problem you faced? See, now it will work. Is this the issue? Okay, you have to use forward slashes in the paths when you are using this Git uh, in Visual Studio Code Editor. Any more questions? Sure, try, and still if you face any problem, let me know. Okay, post it in the group. You can post the screenshot. Also, one more thing is whenever you are done with the hands-on, like today, see today it's initial classes, right? You can do whatever we did in the class, just do that completely. Okay, and also additionally, I have asked you to try different research, do that and post the screenshots in the group. Okay, once you are done, like once you have completed your hands-on, just post the final screenshot. Okay, that would be encouraging to the participants. Throughout the end of the course, we could stay like we could stay motivated by this, right? So just post the screenshot saying that you are done with today's hands-on. Okay, that would be kind of encouraging, and others could also start doing it. So post your screenshots once it is done. All right, then, yeah, we shall wind up here for today, and we'll continue with the next part tomorrow. All right, then, see you everyone. Bye. Have a great day. Thank you all for joining.